Good afternoon and welcome to DeVos Fieldhouse here on the campus of Hope College for some Saturday afternoon basketball. We have the Hope women's squad taking on the Scots of Alma College. I'm Jordan George alongside Scott Vanderstoop, excited to bring you this one here from DeVos Fieldhouse on what is a very special day here on campus related to the women's basketball team.
They're raising the banner, JG, to celebrate the third national championship in women's basketball. That will be between games, and I'm sure our crack staff in the video room will absolutely be able to bring that to you. Until then, we've got a half of basketball. We've got a shortened pregame today because we got a long day ahead of us. The Scots come in 3-5 in the league, 5-12 overall, suggesting a tough non-league schedule. The last time they were together, the game was close until it wasn't. We'll kind of go over that throughout the game. But before we do that, we will have an opportunity to turn it over to public address announcer Darren Deistermars for the lineups and our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America with the singing of our national anthem, please welcome Hope College freshman, Miss Genesis Clark.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Genesis Clark. Gentlemen, and welcome to the DeVos Fieldhouse here on the campus of Hope College for today's MIAA contest between the Scots of Alma College and your Hope College Flying Dutch. Here this afternoon's starting lineups. First for the Scots, at one forward, a 5'9" sophomore from Norton Shores, number 13, Brooke LaRue. And at one forward for the Flying Dutch, a 6-foot senior from Sycamore, Illinois, number 14, Kate Majerus. At one forward for the Scots, a 5'10" junior from Saginaw, number 22, Taylor Sass. And at one forward for the Flying Dutch, a 5'11" senior from Ada, number 4, Claire Bagley. Starting at center for the Scots, a 6'2" sophomore from Monroe, number 34, Izzy Alston. And at center for the Flying Dutch, a 6'1" senior from Osceola, Indiana, number 21, Savannah Feenstra. At one guard for the Scots, a 5'5" senior from St. John's, number 3, Maddie Robbins. And at one guard for the Flying Dutch, a 5'8" senior from Zeeland, number 2, Meg Morehouse. And at the final guard spot for the Scots, a 5'6" junior from West Bloomfield, number 4, Olivia Warren. And at the final guard spot for the Flying Dutch, a 5'9" senior from Hazlitt, number 15, Ella McKinney. Alma College is coached by Sammy Stormont. Hope College is coached by Brian Morehouse. Your officials this afternoon, Todd Hoke, Tim Swain, and Christina Reed.
DeVos Fieldhouse.
I think Genesis might have ensconced herself as the permanent anthem singer. She blasted both of them out on the night of the Hope men's game against Calvin, as well as the game leading up to that. I want to say it was Adrian for the women, and she had the crowd captured with her angelic voice. Thank you for sharing your gifts with us, Miss Genesis.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. And as we get ready to tip this one off, it's been quite an interesting little stretch here for the Flying Dutch. I mean, they are ranked top 10 in the country and find themselves in the thick of a MIAA battle here that many potentially weren't expecting heading into the season. They've won 6 of their last 7, lone loss coming to Albion just a few games ago, and this first stretch through the league has been really interesting for this Flying Dutch squad.
So how many teams, JG, can say that they're ranked 9th in the country and tied for 3rd in their league? And it's an interesting thing. We'll have a chance to dig into it throughout the game, because this is an interesting season.
Feenstra inside with the first try of the game. That foul is going to come on Izzy Alston, the sophomore from Monroe, Michigan. Hope looking inside early. I think they'll want to establish Feenstra here early in the game, play a little bit of inside-out basketball.
Exactly. I think that's right. And I think that, the last time it was not an inside game so much. Hope won when they played each other earlier in this month. 26-point victory. And it was the Claire Bagley show. I forget where she went to high school, JG, but she laid 26 on the Scots that night, including 8 of 10 from the long line.
Yeah, Bagley's shown the ability to do that. She really scores in bunches for this Flying Dutch squad. Feenstra goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and here come the Alma Scots. Scots, who come into this one 5-12 overall, 3-5 in the conference, trying to find their footing here about midway through the conference season, and that one's tipped away. Kate Majerus comes away with that one, and here comes Meg Morehouse. Morehouse probing the defense over to the senior Majerus. Pretty senior-laden lineup here for the Flying Dutch. Majerus tried the back cut. Savannah Feenstra couldn't find her. Here comes Alma. That's Robbins. Over to Olivia Warren. Warren, left-hand dribble, nice skip pass. This one's into the corner, in and out for, that's Brooke LaRoe. That one halfway down in the cylinder. And here comes Hope. Oh, McKinney, deep trigger try, and that one's gonna go skirt out of bounds, and Alma will retain possession.
Brooke had double figures the last time, as did Taylor Sass, kind of their scoring leader, and Olivia Warren off the bench also had double figures. We were just kidding, of course. We know exactly where Claire Bagley went to high school, the same place that your announcer and color commentator went, the mighty Rangers of Forest Hill Central. They did not teach me to shoot like that, however, a while back.
Sass kick out. Nice pull-up by Robbins there. How about that shot? Maddie Robbins opens the scoring for the Alma Scots. The junior from St. John's knocks in the 15-footer.
So much harder to score off the dribble, and that's exactly what she did.
McKinney stops the free throw line. Good ball movement early here from the Dutch. Feenstra out to Majerus. 15 on the shot clock for Hope. Bagley. Stout Alma defense on this possession. 7 on the shot clock. McKinney on the right wing. Oh, nice job there by Ella McKinney. The strength to finish gives Hope the 4-2 lead.
Good defense, though. You're right, JG. They played it, but they didn't play the full 30.
Yeah, that can be a little bit demoralizing as a team to play 26 seconds of really solid defense, then just not able to finish the trip. There was the Alma Scots. Robbins, corner triple try. No good. Morehouse will collect the rebound and just go herself. Hope content to look inside early here. Here's Feenstra, leading scorer on the season for the Dutch. Well, Feenstra went hard to that left hand. There was some contact. She'll head to the free throw line for the second time in the first 2.5 minutes.
Brecken Warner gets the call, and how about that? Feenstra's about 10 feet from the basket. Warner's playing 5 feet off her. That's not a kind of post defense that you normally see.
Yeah, it was an interesting offensive look from Hope, too. They went 4 really spread out wide there, and then Feenstra just at the free throw line, they were able to isolate her.
I almost got the idea Warner wanted Feenstra to take the 10-footer, but Feenstra put it on the floor anyway, and then Warner fouled her, so I guess it ends well for the Dutch.
Feenstra shoots just about 70% from the free throw stripe on the season. Leading scorer this year for the Flying Dutch at just around 14 points per game is Savannah Feenstra. 5-2 Hope. Alma head the other way. Olivia Warren, we've seen the ball in her hands quite a bit. Looks like she'll trigger the offense for Alma here today. Meg Morehouse tips that one away. The ever-active Meg Morehouse defensively.
I think she's officially what you would call a pest on defense. She causes all kinds of problems for her opponent.
Last few years, Meg Morehouse would come off the bench and the defensive energy would just be raised immediately for the Flying Dutch. In the starting role this year is Meg Morehouse. Here's Olivia Warren, top the key. Over to, that's Brecken Werner. Couldn't hit, but good job by Alma to corral the offensive rebound. There's Robbins. Oh, man, that's a...
I think maybe had a failure to reset the shot clock.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Alma. The whistle was blown just as Warren was releasing that shot, and nothing but net.
Well, I think they've decided they're going to fire it from long range. You know, as I look at the team, they're not particularly good at shooting, but I think they've decided if they're going to beat Hope, they're going to beat them from 3.
Here's Werner working on Feenstra. Majerus, second tip away the ball game by Kate Majerus, and Bagley turn it into a track meet here. Oh, nice under control move by Claire Bagley. Lays it in with the left hand, gives Hope a 7-2 lead. Here's Warren, hounded by McKinney. Far away from the basket is Alma right now, trying to trigger the offense. Here's Robbins. And Majerus has just been so active defensively in the right spot there. Oh, roommate to roommate connection. Morehouse to Bagley for the second time in transition. And how about Coach Morehouse? Some early energy and emotion from him. You don't see that too often. Out on the floor celebrating that defense to offense.
She likes that left-handed layup, Claire Bagley, 2 in a row. 9-2, we've got a 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick break and be back with more Hope basketball.
Back here at DeVos Fieldhouse after that 30-second timeout. And Hope, quick start here. I think the key has been the defense to offense connection for the Flying Dutch.
And, you know, Alma hasn't shot a whole lot yet. One of the things I thought about coming into the game is they're not a particularly good shooting team. Only 36% from the field and only 29% from three-point line, but they're not really even getting a chance to shoot.
No, the Scots tried a backdoor set there, and that one was tipped away. Hope really pesky defense here early. Jada Gardner's checked into the ball game, as well as Carson Carbloom. Hope's going to keep it on this side. Interesting little offensive development here for Alma's Taylor Sass, who averages just around 18 points per game, has not attempted field goals so far here in the first 4 minutes or so. So look for Alma to get her going early. Gardner on the left wing, the sophomore Gardner. McKinney thought about the 3 at the top. Oh, step back try for Ellen McKinney. That one's all air and be a shot clock violation. Good defensive stand there by the Scots.
You know, last year in the national championship run, JG, the second, even with Feenstra out, the first 4, or when she was there 5, were always clear. I think Mo has tried different people, and I got to believe that a key to making this team a lot more like last year's team is that second group has to have no daylight between the first crew, and it hasn't quite happened yet. It's a good group, but it isn't like it was last year. And I think that to the extent that Team 1 and Team 2 can look a lot alike like they did last year, I think that the team can make another deep run.
Yeah, no doubt. There were some times last year where the offense, the starting unit was coming out a little bit slow, and that second group would pace them. McKinney on the break after the Claire Bagley tip away. Many deflections here early by Hope. That has to be a theme as we look at the first 5 minutes of this one. Alma's going to take it out. Hope, is going to take it out on the baseline. Gardner will trigger the inbound. Oh, nice pass there by Gardner to Kendall Sietsma. Sietsma with the right hand. Kendall Sietsma, one of those freshmen who's really contributing here this year for the Dutch.
Got a little off balance, but she kept her footing.
Here's Sass, guarded by Bagley. Sass looked for her to be aggressive. Left-hand try, couldn't finish, and Gardner went down hard. She was skying for that rebound, and it's undercut just a bit. More substitutions, and we know from the last few years, Coach Morehouse really comfortable going deep into that bench. This is a deep ball club that with some young players that are really trying to find their footing here in year one of college basketball. Jada Gardner over to Sietsma. Jada Gardner on the baseline. Nothing doing there. Nice tip away there. That's Maddie Robbins. Yeah, good job by Maddie Robbins. Really good reaction, and it'll be Alma basketball.
Yep, she held on to the ball. She didn't get it low, and she was able to draw the foul. Good strong rebound.
Alma has a set play coming out on this one, and Maddie Robbins, who we've seen around the point for most of the ball game here so far for the Scots. She's working on Gardner. Yeah, nice strong drive there by Robbins. She was able to turn the corner a little bit on Gardner, saw some daylight, and she's fouled.
Foul's going to go on Gardner before the shot. Well, Hope has clamped down on Alma on defense. Already 6 turnovers for the Scots, and not shooting well so far either.
Here's Robbins over to Warren. Alma just trying to get anything going offensively here early. Oh, nice take. Olivia Warren with the left hand, the hoop, and the harm for the Scots.
I think that's going to be something you wouldn't see in high school basketball, Jordan, but I think the call is secondary defender in the restricted area is an automatic block unless they are airborne, and that in that case was not. So it's going to be an old-fashioned three-point play coming up for Olivia Warren, who had double figures the first time these two teams met.
It's a nice effort there by Keegan Kaiser to slide in there, but just wasn't quite in the right position to take the charge. And the old-fashioned three-point play is earned there.
Just like your dad used to do. Oh, he probably had a three-point line. He's young.
No, not in high school. First year at Albion was when they instituted the three-point line.
Yeah, I bet he found that line really fast.
Yeah, that was his bread and butter right there. Savannah Feenstra, man, really aggressive as Savannah Feenstra early, getting right to that backboard with the right hand, gives Hope the 13-5 lead. Here's Robbins working on Morehouse. Good job by Robbins to stay under control. Kick out to Thor. Back out to Warren. This has been a nice defensive possession for the Dutch. Oh, Olivia Bellows selling out for that one. And I think that'll be called a held ball. Possession arrow favors Hope. Nice job by Olivia Bellows.
Well, they talked Warren into dribbling into the double team, and Hope was able to take advantage and another turnover. Here's a stat question. On a held ball, if the ball goes the other way, does that count as a turnover? I should probably know the answer to that.
My guess is, oh man, couldn't tell you. Bellows went really hard right into the lane. I saw a similar call as what we just saw about 30 seconds ago as Robbins tried to slide in there and take the charge. It'll be a block.
Yeah, you're not going to get the charge call if you're not facing chest to chest, and there was just not really good legal guarding position. Bellows took great advantage of it, came in hard, and both players went down.
Bellows knocks in the first one. Olivia Bellows has been really a bright spot this year for the Flying Dutch, the sophomore from Lake City. Saw limited minutes last year, and this year has really come into her own offensively.
You sound a little hoarse, JG. Are you sick, or were you yelling at your team last night?
We had our youth program this morning.
Oh.
It was 8 a.m. to noon.
We need to get you a microphone.
Yeah, I can't help myself. The eighth graders weren't trying their hardest, so
Gotta let them have it.
Yeah,
let them have it.
A little bit. So try to build a program.
You want to be a ranger, you got to bring it, just like Claire Bagley.
Izzy Alston tried the baseline drive. She can't hit. Majerus hasn't been super involved offensively, but tips, deflections, rebounds, has really contributed well here through the first 8 minutes or so. Morehouse finds herself caught there at about 12 feet, and then Kaiser, that one's tipped away. Alma will go the other way. Vanasnacker, oh, there might have been contact there. No finish. Reagan Thor tried to get to the right-hand dribble. Oh, Bellows shuffled her feet, went with the extra pass to Kaiser in the corner.
I think that was Mallory Repka who had that great bounce pass, but they couldn't convert. Carrie Miller will check in for Alma, and Ella McKinney in for Hope. Alma shooting 25%. Hope 71.
Yeah, it's been slow go here offensively for Alma. A couple of big plays here over the last minute or so, but this Hope defense has been swarming. Morehouse comes up with it. We have a 2-on-1 on the break. Bagley going right at the defender. Couldn't finish. Collects it herself. McKinney on an island out there, the right wing. Oh, and lucky bounce there for Hope as McKinney couldn't finish. It'll stay on Hope's end.
Olivia Warren will check back in. She had a great game the first time these two teams played.
Morehouse going to trigger the inbound pass. Oh, great set there on the baseline, and Savannah Feenstra continues her scoring ways for the Flying Dutch. Hope leads by 12.
I don't think anyone draws up under the basket inbound plays better than Brian Morehouse. I can't tell you, he's won some regional championships with those plays, and they usually happen at about 3 or 4 seconds in, and it's usually the second or third option.
Oh man, many bodies hit the deck there, and Hope has numbers. Here comes McKinney. Oh, nice step through move there by Ella McKinney. Able to finish, gives Hope the 14-point lead, and defense really turning into offense here for the Flying Dutch.
The European step.
Good body control there by McKinney. Here's Olivia Warren. Oh, Warren found some daylight there. Came off the ball screen and then found herself all alone. Finishes with the left hand. Warren has 5 early points. Taking down towards a minute left here in quarter number 1. Morehouse working on Taylor Sass. Finds herself in the paint once again. McKinney top the key. McKinney stops, pops. Can't hit, just short on that one. Less than a minute left here in quarter number 1. Warren picks up her dribble and swings it over to Taylor Sass. Leading scorer for the Alma Scots. Here's Miller. Oh, nice pass there by Carrie Miller. And wide open was Reagan Thor. A couple defensive breakdowns here in a row for the Flying Dutch.
Hope stretched it out, and credit Alma. Wow.
Yeah, Bagley
What you got on that one, JG?
Not sure on that one. Nice pass by Bagley. And Feenstra couldn't finish. Looks like Alma will hold for the last shot. Warren is up top with it. 10 on the game clock. Repka was going the left-hand dribble, and it'll be just under 6 seconds to play here. Alma's going to take it on the baseline.
I think Alma's doing what they need to try to do. If Hope's going to stretch their defense, they need to get past that first line of defense and find some kind of bounce pass under the basket, and it's worked a couple of times for them.
Less than 6 seconds. Alma's going to need a little bit of a quick hitter here on the baseline. Robbins into Sass. Sass working on Bagley. Oh, nice move there by Sass. Just couldn't finish. Good job of clearing out some space, and that's 1 quarter gone. Hope leads by 10 over the Alma Scots. 19-9 here at DeVos Fieldhouse. We will take a quick break here after quarter number 1 and be right back for more Hope Flying Dutch basketball.
To our anchor sponsors, LVC.
In a Hope Forward model, every student who comes through the doors of Hope College would have their tuition 100% covered.
Back here after quarter number 1 at DeVos Fieldhouse, taking a look at some team stats. The one that really stands out to me, Scott, is 14 points in the paint for Hope of their 19. They're attacking early.
I might explain why they're hitting 54% from the field, but yeah, they're finding places inside and they're taking advantage of their length.
Sass got a really nice look there on the left wing and just couldn't hit it. Sass will usually knock that one in. Morehouse, top of the key. Oh, Feenstra, little inside and outside game. Off on that one, collected by Robbins. Hope is stuck with this lineup here for the last few minutes. Robbins working on Morehouse. Nifty dribbling by Robbins, but solid defense from Morehouse. Deep kick by Sass. That one barely catches iron. Robbins tried the step-through move. And that ball is just pinballing down there. What an interesting possession. It's going to stay Alma's way. Just couldn't get anything going offensively towards the basket because of Scots.
Well, the Scots don't have the height to try to compete, and so give them credit for getting the ball inside about 6 feet from the basket. But once they get in there, it's a little bit like, you know, trying to get the ball up on the roof or something. You just got to kind of back up and let it heave, and they don't get the best. They don't have the opportunity for the best technique, shall we say.
Miller found herself caught inside there, and she just took one too many steps, shuffled her feet. It'll be a travel to go Hope's way. Yeah, interesting with, you know, obviously no Olivia Voskel this year for the Flying Dutch. I think last year they could really rely on her erasing shots back there. Players have really stepped up on their interior defense with no Voskel in there this year. Gardner kick out. Carl Bloom outside to Bagley. Good baseline drive there by Gardner. Sietsma inside. Oh, man. Good job there by Ella McKinney to just be right place, right time. Sietsma didn't catch iron on that one, and McKinney puts it in.
Good patience by Gardner to wait for who was it, Sietsma, to get open.
Sass. Oh, nice ball movement by the Alma Scots. That's Brooke LaRoe in the corner. Can't knock it in, but that's a good offensive possession for Alma. Hope leads by 11. McKinney. Deep triple try. Oh, Ella McKinney from a different area code on that one. Hope leads by 15.
She's got 9. She's filling it. That's her third 3.
Here comes Maddie Robbins. Alma really searching for something offensively here. Had good movement the last few trips. Warren's in the deep corner. Back over to Robbins. Oh, Robbins, impressive move. Really been impressed by Robbins' game here so far. Really under control.
She's got 4. She gets the ball to the basket.
Hope with the answer, though, and that's where this Hope team can really hurt you, is just, you know, they want to play at that up-tempo pace. And when other teams want to play at that pace, too, it really does favor Hope.
That's when coaches lose their voice yelling, "Get back on defense."
Almost swinging around the outside. Here's LaRoe. Over to Robbins. Guarded by Gardner. Robbins has found her offensive footing here recently. Warren to Robbins, and Gardner really disruptive, and this is going to be a tough spot for Alma with 3 on the shot clock.
Yes, it is. Checking in for Alma is going to be Reagan Thor, and Madison Black, I believe, got in there, and number 34, Izzy Alston. That might not be Madison Black.
I think that's Repka.
Repka number...
Oh, deep triple. Oh, my goodness. A logo ball from Maddie Robbins.
She's your player today, JG. You picked her out early as a talent. Good job, Coach.
McKinney hit a deep one over here, and then Robbins said, you know, I'll top you. I'll go from the logo. Oh, Sietsma. Offensive rebound outside to Bagley. Bagley tries the triple. Oh, that one's loose inside in an awkward looking play. Hope everyone's all right in there. Yeah, that was awkward looking play as Maddie Robbins hit the deck.
Robbins showing great aggressiveness, making sure no one was going to grab the ball from her until she got fouled, and that's exactly what happened. But she'll come out, get a rest, and Olivia Warren will come in. The West Bloomfield junior, Walled Lake Western. You ever been there, JG?
My dad grew up in Walled Lake.
What high school did he go to?
He went to Farmington Hills.
I went to
Harrison.
Farmington,
Yeah, no longer a high school.
Farmington Hills is not a high school?
No, Harrison has since
It's just
closed.
Harrison now.
Harrison. It's just Farmington High now.
Oh, it's just Farmington.
Yep.
Harrison's out.
Yep.
Gotcha. I did not know that.
MHSAA football power. Jada Gardner, nice move there. Gardner I thought she was going to give it up, but Gardner just kept going and didn't find any resistance.
The basket was open, so she took it. Raven Jemison into the game for Hope.
Here's Warren. Jemison is defending Alston out front. Nice move there, couldn't finish, and there's Jemison with the rebound. Here's Gardner over to McKinney. Oh, McKinney, great touch there with the floater, and man, McKinney really aggressive. 13 points here. We're only halfway through quarter number 2.
Olivia Warren exhorting her team to step it up on defense as the last few possessions have had some easy looks for the Dutch.
This Hope team really, they have the ability to snowball things offensively, and we're seeing that a little bit right now against this Alma squad. Good battle inside. It comes out with Bagley. She might take on the whole team herself. Wisely stops and kicks it out to Gardner. Here's Jemison posting inside.
Good footwork, hey?
Jemison thought she was maybe going to get in some trouble there. Maybe was going to drag her pivot foot, something like that, but really good step-through move. She'll head to the free throw line.
That's going to go against Izzy Alston, her second. Hey, JG, the last time these two teams played, right after the new year on January 4th, second quarter, Hope 23, Alma 8. I think we're going to have something very close to that this quarter here. It is a quarter when Hope tends to explode on people.
Yeah, a little bit of a common theme there, and Hope just, they started so active defensively and fell off a little bit towards the end of the first quarter there. They've come out with some renewed energy here in quarter number 2. Jemison hits the first one.
What a fun opportunity for Brooke LaRoe and her family. Mona Shores grad, home of the mighty Sailors, so the LaRue family has a little more of a home game today they can go to.
Shorter drive, saving some gas. That's nice. That one's pinballing around. Sass has it on the ground. Really nice play there by Taylor Sass to kick it out, and that'll be on Olivia Bellows. She a little bit too much contact there against Reagan Thor.
I think that's one of the things that frustrates. I don't want to defend officials here, but you have players falling all over the place, and then you come up with a hand check after you've had 4 players on the ground. But it's tough. It's hard to make decisions on those when players are falling down because, to be honest with you, I'm not seeing a lot of fouls. I think offensive players are running into contact and they're going down, and it gets to be a bit messy.
No doubt about it. Reagan Thor traveled there, so it's Hope basketball. Jemison, how about that? Raven Jemison.
Footwork by the Falcon from Kentwood.
Back-to-back trips, footwork on full display by Jemison. Gives Hope a 19-point lead here against the Scots. It's been a dynamite second quarter for Hope. Warren, really pestered there by Meg Morehouse. There's Thor, guarded by Bellows.
Every pass a struggle for Alma because of the Hope D.
Here's Kaiser. Nice kick-out pass there by Bellows. Great vision. Majerus comes away with the offensive rebound. Offensive rebounds have been helpful for Hope as well here over the last few minutes.
Alma looks tired.
Kaiser, top of the key, triple the freshman. Kaiser knocks it in, extends the Hope lead to 22.
Rupka couldn't get out on her on time.
That offensive rebound really gave Hope new life on that possession, and now lead by 22 here in the second quarter against the Scots. That's Miller. Miller, nice play. Miller was about 12 feet, kind of an awkward place to shoot their awkward shot, and she hits it with the foul.
Yeah, those are the ones you never practice, the wide open seven-footers. And but congratulations to Miller for converting. Reagan Jemison grabbing a little bit of arm on the way, and so it could be a three-point opportunity. Something Alma certainly needs. You know, if you look at the standings, you didn't know anything else, Jordan, you'd think, wow, this is a game, you know, for battling for position within the playoffs for the league tournament. It's really not, I don't think, anticipated. Anyone thought it would be close, and it's not. But it's the kind of game where, you want to, you want to work on your execution and you want to work on your intensity. Because they, you know, Hope has got to get ready for the second time through with Albion and trying.
Good news for Alma Scots fans. Maddie Robbins, who was getting some attention on the bench from Hope training staff, she's back out there. So that's good news for not just Alma Scots fans, for anyone watching the broadcast, that Robbins is all right. She already has that really large knee brace on her left knee there, and fell on her right knee just a few minutes ago.
You think it's hard for a team like Hope to look past this? And I mean, what are your goals going into a game like this? I mean, you think if you play well, you're going to win, but you need to get ready. You need to get ready for the long run.
Yeah, I think at some point, you know, I'm sure the practices here over the last few weeks with Coach Morehouse, I'm sure they have been tough, hard-fought practices, and then you get out here on the game floor and you just want to show it against someone else. You're sick of battling against each other every day in practice. So it's a good opportunity for Hope. Morehouse, she's fouled there as Hope leads by 20.
That foul's going to go on Repka. And Darren Dijstermars has confirmed that we are pronouncing that name correctly because it has a unique spelling. And if Darren doesn't know, nobody knows.
In Darren we trust.
We do, indeed. He is the man. Morehouse with a pair.
Morehouse has been solid from the free throw line this year. She's 12 of 15. Make it 13 of 16.
First point of the night.
Yeah, Morehouse has been on the floor quite a bit and really, really active defensively. A little bit surprising that she hasn't scored. Morehouse, the senior from Zeeland East, knocks both of them in, gives Hope the 22-point lead as we tick down under 3 minutes left here in the first half. Here.
Might have a little bit of a scoreboard issue here.
2:56 instead of 2:50.
I think they're going to drop their shot clock down to 26. Usually the shot clock and the game clock are linked on a dead ball, so I don't exactly know how that happened. But Mr. Todd Hoke said take 2 seconds off that shot clock, and it doesn't matter.
Bellows collects the poor pass by Alma, and Bellows, really strong finish there. She took the contact and finished for 2. Good job there by Bellows. She's really quick in the open floor.
She's got 4 tonight.
Sass, baseline kick. Here's Robbins. Good kick out there from Robbins to Warren.
You know, I think the game plan looks good, JG, but the execution just isn't fast enough to beat the Hope defense. They're just too long.
Yeah, Hope's had a hand in the passing lane for what seems like every pass here so far, or many passes. And it was a nice baseline out of bounds set as Madison Black caught that one and tried the left-hand finish. She'll head to the free throw line. And, you know, as we were saying, it seems like Hope is just a step quicker. They're moving on not just the airtime of the pass, but before the pass is even thrown. And that's given Hope an advantage defensively.
Probably good game preparation by Coach Morehouse, knowing what Alma will bring to the table. And just a little more athleticism and able to get in the passing lanes.
And then, as we see after the turnovers, Hope doing a really good job in the open floor. People like Bellows, Gardner, Morehouse pushing the pace, and then there's been opportunities for Bagley, McKinney, and others. Turning those turnovers into offense has been really key for Hope.
So if you have a team that you think is, if they play well, they're going to win a game, but you got big ones coming up, what do you say? Do you just focus on the moment, or do you set up a game plan to prepare for those future games? What do you think?
It's coach speak to say we take it one game at a time.
I know. I had a bet with a friend on text, like, I'm going to ask JG this question, and if he comes with one game at a time, you owe me ice cream.
Man.
So thank you, man.
Yeah, congrats.
I just got a free ice cream code. Seriously, what's the answer?
At least me as a coach, I'm not sure. Players, especially the high school players that I work with, and some of the college players. But as a coach, there's been games where the team is maybe winless or has one win or two wins, and it's going to be, if we play all right, we're going to be fine. And I am just as nervous before those ones, man. I got to tell you. But I think we often talk about just building. Can we use this as a building block? This game is important, but are we building or are we breaking down? Because it's really hard to play a game and just stay the same. Your team is either getting better or getting worse. So kind of take it for that. Like, are we going to use this game to build, or are we going to break down? So
I agree. I think that they need to think about the things they've got to play better against those two teams, because they weren't close.
Bagley with a strong drive, and Feenstra's just, really been around the ball today. Offensive rebound there for Savannah. Feenstra couldn't finish, but she'll head to the free throw line.
The other thing I think we're seeing tonight is just good depth. Jemison coming in, Kaiser coming in, Jada. And again, I said it earlier, so maybe maybe you'll win an ice cream cone, but the difference between 1 and 2 last year was the key. Even when Savannah got hurt, they were able to bring those 9. Now I think they have more than 9, but the issue is can that second group bring the intensity and the execution to really wear a team down? I think they have today, because if you look at Alma, they look tired.
Hope really is at their best when they're able to go in transition, but that doesn't happen without the defensive pressure and intensity. So Hope's really put it all together here in the first half. Really excellent performance by the Flying Dutch, as here comes Alma, Olivia Warren. Over to Sass. And Sass got to a really great spot there, just couldn't hit.
It's a good play.
Less than a minute remaining here in half number 1. Warren with no airspace against Meg Morehouse. Sass guarded by Bagley, and just a swarm of Hope defenders. Another 2-on-1 for the Flying Dutch. Oh, little no look, little showtime from Meg Morehouse. Over to Kate Majerus.
Laker fast break. Credit Warren. She made a good hard cut, but the pass just wasn't there, and Morehouse was able to intercept it. Warren very active with and without the ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Warren has really come off the floor for more than a minute here in the first half, and being tasked with a lot, bring it up against this Hope defense and initiate the offense. Warren, 10 on the game clock, 6 on the shot clock. Sass driving to the baseline. Really good help side defense there from Hope. Ticking down, Bagley from deep. And that one's just short. I think that this place would have gone a little bit nuts if she would have knocked that one in.
Absolutely.
Well, one half in the books here from DeVos Fieldhouse. Pretty festive and celebratory DeVos Fieldhouse here on this Saturday, as Hope leads 43-18 after one half over the Alma Scots. We'll be back after the halftime break with more Flying Dutch basketball.
where Athletic Director Tim Schoonveld has the special privilege of welcoming back the 1990 National Championship women's basketball team. At that time, the 1990 team did not have the opportunity to purchase rings to commemorate the first women's basketball national championship ever at Hope College. Today, we have the opportunity to present this team with their championship rings. At this time, Athletic Director Tim Schoonveld will present each ring to the returning members of the 1990 team. And if you would mind, please hold your applause until the very end. First, Heidi Boos. Robin Brands. Dina Hackert. Amy Hudson. Lissa Gilmore. Melinda Smulligan. Kristen Roders. Michelle Schoon. Melissa Thomas. Stephanie Vandenbrink. Two other members, Anna Marie School and Deb Hoffman, could not be here today, so accepting their ring on their behalf are Anna Marie's parents, Tom and Karen Postmas. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your 1990 Hope College Women's Basketball National Championship team.
Loved school. I've always loved school, and I was very driven in high school too, but for some reason I just never actually thought I could do it because I couldn't see it. It didn't feel tangible. And when I was able to get a scholarship, I was like, I'm actually going to college. I can do this. People believe in me. I understood that my education could completely change my life, that it opens so many doors. And I think that some students just go to college as the next stepping stone in their life. They don't really think about what does this really mean and how can this change my life. And I understood that because neither of my parents had that opportunity to get a degree. I graduated from Hope College in 2019 with a biochemistry and molecular biology degree with a Spanish minor. One big part of my personal calling into medicine is to, one, show other students that look like me, so students of color, women, that you can do this too. And that if there is an obstacle, let's talk about it and let's surpass that obstacle, because you can surpass that obstacle. I feel like my family and I have done a lot for me to get here, but I know it is doable with support. One big moment that happened recently that's super exciting and a part of your entrance into medical school is the white coat ceremony. It was monumental to me and my family. It was a symbol of how hard work does pay off. For me, as a first-generation college student, receiving my scholarship opened up that door for education that I didn't believe in high school I even deserved. Now being an adult and going through college and now being in med school, I can see that investment of that scholarship in my life truly allowed me to not only pursue this, but also gain confidence in myself that I do deserve to be present in a higher education realm, even though not many people look like me when I walk in the door. I've been able to help my younger sibling and then also extended family apply to college and apply to scholarships now that I've gone through it. So I do think being that first person to go through it is really scary, but once you are able to gain those experiences, you can help others and uplift those around you. If I were to talk to the donor who helped make my scholarship possible, I would say thank you. Your support makes education accessible, and that accessibility not only changes lives of individuals, but transforms their community.
Treading through the mud while everyone's asleep. We're working sweat and blood. We're coming out in force. We're making history. We're raising up our flags, and yeah, we bear our teeth. 3, 2, 1, on the dot. Break out the gate with a rock in your wall. Talking the talk, but the shut up. I'm here to break records and leave all you fools in the dust. I ain't got time here to waste. You wanna fight with some game on your face? Swing at the pun, it's to the front. Lace up the boots with a kick in the grunt. Flash, yeah, we're coming at you fast. Are you feeling the hot flash? Gonna get hit with the aftermath. Gonna get hit with a hit flash. Yeah, we're coming at you fast. Are you feeling the hot flash? Gonna get hit with the aftermath. Gonna get hit with a whiplash. Am I giving you a hot flash? Are you feeling the power? Are you feeling the power? Whiplash. Am I giving you a hot flash? Are you feeling my power? Come on, feel my power. We stomp our feet and we make it loud. I'm bearing down. I clench my fist, the beasts go eye to eye, and then I see the other side. And yeah, guess what? It's our time right now. Break the door, taking everyone, everything. It's my trophy, my battle, my ring, and you hit killing it. Well, I'm just getting it. Dig deep when we go for glory. And my hands straight, this is how your story is. Swords up and we fight like we never have. Break down the walls, makes me burn all the enemy. Whiplash. We're coming with the whiplash. Get ready to get whiplash. We're gonna hit you with the aftermath. We're gonna hit you with the whiplash. Go ahead, whiplash. Get ready with the whiplash. We're gonna hit you with the
We're at an important moment in American history. There's some big questions on the table, such as how do we indeed become a land of opportunity for all, rather than a land of privilege for a few? And the answer to that question is being decided, not just in the political arena, and not just through cultural conversations. The answer to that question is being decided, perhaps most importantly of all, through the admissions and financial aid processes on college campuses across the country. Because higher education has the potential to indeed make us a land of opportunity for all. Higher education can be the great equalizer. We spend a lot of time talking about income inequality, but at the end of the day, income is the outcome. What we ought to be talking about is education inequality. higher education can be the great equalizer. Research shows this. There's an economist at Harvard named Raj Chetty, and his research shows that a student who comes from a low-income background and a student who comes from a high-income background, if they attend the same college or university, they have nearly identical opportunities for success after they graduate. But the problem, of course, is that those students don't attend the same colleges and universities. And another economist, Carolyn Hoxby at Stanford, shows that one of the main reasons that students who would be eligible to attend great universities and often would be eligible for financial aid, one of the main reasons they don't attend is the price, the sticker price. The sticker price scares people off. And what we're seeing now, because there's new data out, new data shows that many high schoolers are eliminating colleges from consideration because of the price, because of the posted price. In fact, data out this year shows that 73% of high schoolers eliminated college from consideration because of the posted price. And that number, 73%, is up from 68% last year and up from 56% 2 years ago. Access to higher education is a problem. But what we see at Hope College is that there's another problem, which is access to a life of impact after students graduate. Because the students who do find their way into higher education too oftentimes, are burdened by debt. And that debt skews the kind of things that students are doing after they graduate. Too often students, because they have so much debt, are chasing income rather than pursuing a life of impact. And they're chasing income because they have to pay off their debt. Hope Forward is a vision that we have at Hope College that will eliminate these problems of access. Hope Forward gives all students at Hope College access to a great education that's fully funded up front. And then it gives them access to a life of impact after they graduate because they're not burdened by debt. It asks students to pay for their education through gifts after they graduate rather than a large tuition bill up front. And for us at Hope College, this will move the mission of Hope forward to new heights. But we also think this might be a new national model for higher education. We think this vision might be a model that could work at other places to help indeed make this country a land of opportunity for all.
Welcome back into DeVos Fieldhouse, where the Flying Dutch are taking on the Alma Scots here today, and just witnessed a pretty cool celebration at halftime. The 1990 national championship team received their rings at halftime, and it was a cool little reunion there. They showed some photos on the scoreboard. So interesting day here at DeVos, a lot of celebrations and a lot to celebrate for Hope fans after that first half against Alma, where Hope's defense really came through.
3 national championships, and I know the crowd would love to see another run here this year with this team because, shall we say, the standard, the board of the bar is high. Congratulations to that. It was great to see that group. Not to put our finger on the scale for a certain West Michigan high school, but what are the chances, JG, of 7.6 billion people in the world, and the 2 people announcing this game were former point guards at Forest Hill Central High School. Add to that the leading scorer from the last time these 2 teams met, Claire Bagley, a former Ranger and a member of this national championship team, Holly Vandenberg Van Essen, a Ranger. So I think we're representing today, my friend.
Yeah, the Forest Hill Central to Hope pipeline is strong.
It is indeed.
Yeah, it's just kind of what we do over there at FHC. Isn't that right, Scott?
We have a good, solid performance by Ella McKinney. She leads all scorers with 13. On the Alma side, they don't have a lot of points. They only had 18 total, so there really isn't any one individual. Last time they had 3 players in double figures, but I just think Hope's playing well. They're playing good defense. They're getting inside the passing lanes. And for a team that doesn't shoot all that well anyway, it's just been a tough sled, I think, for the Scots.
Yeah, and talking about shooting, I mean, anytime that you can shoot more than 50% from the field, it's just a recipe for success offensively. Hope 16 of 31 from the field. A lot of those transition baskets and some post-ups for Feenstra early. So Hope comfortable here offensively. Bagley with the ball now as we start half number 2 from DeVos. Feenstra all alone inside. Similar look as what we got at the start of the game, and nice rejection there. That's Izzy Alston. But Hope collects it. 10 on the shot clock. Majerus, left wing 3. That one just long. Bagley fought for it and will go the other way.
Well, they do have 2 bigs on this team, but they play interchangeable roles. McKinney can go low, and Majerus and Feenstra can crank from outside, and that's the kind of system they run here. But those two did not. That one did not fall by Majerus. Excuse me.
Sass on the left wing. Sass couldn't connect on that one, and really, you know, a little bit surprising to see Sass held scoreless in the first half. This is someone that averages 18 points per game. Alma Scott's leading scorer, and the only person on Alma's team that averages in double figures per game. So, good job by Hope's defense.
She doesn't have a field goal yet. 0 for 9. 0 for 5 from the long line.
See if she can get it going here in the second half. Morehouse really nifty behind the back dribble. And Alma will go the other way.
Good
Maddie
rebound
Robbins.
by Alston.
Robbins to Warren. Warren has 5 points today.
That was a foul on McKinney. We had a great look at it.
I think we had the best angle in the gym right here.
We did. That was, shall we say, a displacement.
Yeah, McKinney's hands were up, but a little bit of contact there and in the body. So about a minute remaining and about a minute gone in the third quarter. And Hope had on the offensive end. Bagley now moving into the middle. Face up. Over to Morehouse. Morehouse with a triple try. Hope unable to hit on their first 2 3-point attempts in the second half.
Bagley working with her back to the basket from the mid-post. She does it all. 8 for 10 the last time these two met with a 26. And decides to take it inside, kicks it out to her roommate Meg Morehouse. Couldn't convert, but Hope with a comfortable lead.
I think there are pretty much 4 players out there right now for Hope that could play in that middle spot. Morehouse probably the lone exception.
Great defense by Bagley.
Here's McKinney over to Bagley. McKinney, who had a really solid first half, 13 points for the senior. Feenstra at about 15 feet. Oh, another great block. How about this defensive effort from Izzy Alston? And then that one is marked as a foul on Feenstra.
Izzy Alston has no points on the board. She's got 2 fouls, but she has made 2 and I think maybe 3 great defensive plays in this quarter alone. And she just stays chest to chest with Feenstra. That's great D.
Really good anticipation. Alston, the sophomore from St. Mary Catholic Central. Corner triple try, and that one is good. That one's Maddie Robbins. Junior knocks it in. That gives Robbins 10 points on the afternoon. Oh, Bagley just persistent there. She went pretty much coast to coast in the half court and finishes for 2.
Warren just kind of kept getting back down. She didn't have the height advantage there and just couldn't quite stay with Bagley as Bagley just inched closer and closer to the bucket.
Robbins outside to Alston. There's Sass with a triple, and Sass really struggling to find anything offensively. The leading scorer for Alma. McKinney collected that one near half court and then finishes. She has 15.
Raven Jemison, first one off the bench in the third quarter. I think she earned her way up that lineup. She had a nice second quarter.
Yeah, she provided a real nice spark there. Second quarter, a couple of nice moves. Sass over to Robbins. Warren with the triple try. No good. Nice box out by Majerus. Go the other way. Feenstra's inside posting again. McKinney baseline drive and drift. Oh, look at the ball movement. Morehouse. Oh, C's parted for her. She couldn't finish. Feenstra, deep triple by Savannah. Feenstra, she'll do it all inside, outside. A triple there by Feenstra.
Morehouse beat Warren on the dribble drive and couldn't get it to go, but Hope was able to tip it and keep it alive for the long 3.
Feenstra 11 for 38 on the season from the long line, and here comes Bagley leading the break herself. Oh, puts on the brakes and just couldn't quite keep her footing there. Could clear Bagley, and we'll go the other way.
Subs for Alma, Repka, and Warner, and Reagan Thor.
And for Hope, we have Jemison and Jada Gardner checking in as well.
So was Mallory Repka and Reagan Thor.
Alma's moved Sass to more of the point guard spot here on this trip. High ball screen. Werner working on Jemison, who just checked in. Nice aggressive move there by Werner. The freshman from Lyons, Michigan. Turned over her left shoulder there.
Well, I gave my stat sheet to, who did I give it to? I gave it to Dean Morehouse, I think, so now I don't have it. So last time, JG, it was 23-8 in the second quarter. This time, very close, 24-9. It was the explosion quarter once again for the Dutch as they blew it open in the second period.
Werner knocks that one in. Here comes Gardner. Hope leads here by 28 against the Alma Scots. Bellows passes up the three. Hope going all the way around, and there's Gardner. Raven Jemison. Jemison, man, second time that Jemison has just really taken space there inside. I think that's part of the reason why she was first off the bench in half number 2.
Putting it up with the left hand. Jemison with 5. Hope foul away from the ball. I think it's going to go on Bellows in the paint. Probably, she's got her hands up like she didn't do anything wrong. Maybe she didn't. She probably grabbed somebody. Or it might be a call that you're just going to get if you're up by 30.
Yeah, I think might have seen a little bit of a jersey pull in there somewhere, so that'll usually draw the whistle.
Especially if you're up by 30.
Werner. Jemison, I'm very impressed by Jemison's game here so far. Has provided a spark for Hope.
On both ends. The Euro step.
Gardner, that's the second or third time a Hope player has made a move like that, really under control, avoiding the travel and then trying to get the step through.
Based on Jada's look on her face, I think she thinks she should be standing at the free throw line, not the baseline right now. Again, tough to get it when you're up by 30.
Bellows out to Gardner. Good defense here by Alma on this trip. 10 on the shot clock. Carl Bloom with the triple. That's Carson Carl Bloom, the freshman. Her first points in the ball game.
That is her third three-pointer on the season.
Great vision and pass there. 32, Repka couldn't hit. Collects her own rebound. Excellent individual play there by Mallory Repka.
Did you teach your youth this morning to follow their shot, JG? Because that's what Repka did.
You know, I have a little bit of a hot take on following your shot. I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan of it. I've got to be honest. I can explain some other time. But
all right.
Gardner there lays it in.
I want that. I want that take. You see, this is why it's good to put generations together on a call, because I learned stuff.
Jemison return to sender on that one. Hope leads by 33. We'll see if Jemison gets rewarded on the offensive end here.
How great would it be to have a third big coming down the stretch for the Dutch?
Bellows falling away a little bit there from 6 feet or so.
Sydney Viss, I noticed, was in non-playing clothes today, so might be one of the reasons why Raven's getting more time, and she certainly is playing to impress, and she's done great.
Sass tried a left wing 3. Resulted in a long rebound that Gardner just took herself all the way end to end.
So what are your thoughts on the men's game? I won't be here. I got dumped, by the way. But you got an upgrade because it's my man Jake Boss is going to be here.
All-star.
What do you think?
Men's game's going to be interesting. You know, it's a Hope team that I think 100% when they're healthy and when they're really locked in defensively, I really think they can play with anybody and beat anybody. And they've shown it. They've had some really big wins this year, and the team is really trying to hit their stride here here, middle of the MIAA season. Alma, they're struggling right now a little bit here over the last month. And it's a young team, very young team. We're going to be calling a lot of freshmen and sophomores names tonight. So I think it's an Alma team that's going to keep improving day by day. I think Saturday in DeVos is a tough place to play. So
if Hope takes care of business, we'll be okay, you think? I mean, you got to play it.
I would think so, but Hope has gone long stretches this year where the offense has really struggled. So I think we'll honestly be able to tell in the first 5 to 8 minutes what kind of Hope team we're going to get tonight.
That, I don't know if people expected the men to win at Trine, but when they led most of the way and there were so many opportunities and it slipped away in double overtime, that has to hurt.
Yeah, that's one that can take the wind out of your sails a little bit. That was a really tough one for the guys, but they've had a nice response here over the last week or so.
Mallory Repka with a fast break layup for the Scots.
Bellows, ultra aggressive there early in the shot clock. Left wing pretty deep off the dribble, knocks it in. Hope leads by 36 here as we tick down under 2 minutes to play in quarter number 3. Here's Warren. Warren with a quick trigger. Oh, how about it?
The left-hander.
Olivia Warren knocks it in, the junior from Walled Lake Western. Here comes Gardner.
We tell you how many she has, but they just stripped her off the board, so I better go to my computer.
Back and forth they go here. Fireworks offensively, and they continue. That's Carson Carlbloom getting comfortable on the offensive end. 5 points on the afternoon for Carlbloom.
Warren has broken double figures. She's got 11.
Yeah, Seatsma gambled a little bit there, Hope. Lucky to come away with it. Here comes Kaiser. High ball screen with Seatsma. Oh, thought Carlbloom might trigger that one. 1 minute left in the third quarter here as Kaiser looking for Gardner. That was going to be open there, and that one's tipped. It'll go the other way.
They just got a little too scrunched up together. I think it was a good idea, but they were just too tight in the corner there, and it was a little easier to defend than what they planned.
Line change here for the Flying Dutch. Starters back on the floor.
Good opportunity sort of in the last, probably their last time out on the court, just to work on execution and intensity.
Warren with a nice stop and start. She got to the elbow, change of speed, and able to draw the foul.
So if I'm reading it correctly, there's 10 on the board for Warren here at DeVos, and in the stat book we've got 11 for Warren. So we'll put a research team on that and we'll get on it. I got some more reporting here, JG.
Let's go.
Rob Majerus, Kate's father, brings candy occasionally. So this is from Holland Peanut Store, the Fabiano family. It's not peanut brittle this time. My original reporting has to be retracted because it's not peanut brittle season anymore. But we got some Christmas hearts here, or some Valentine hearts. So help yourself. Bring some home to your fiance.
Oh, Morehouse. Nice and one there, Meg Morehouse. She hasn't been super aggressive offensively, but she picked her spot there and knocked it in. She'll head to the free throw line. Yeah, we'll take anything we can get. Let's go. It's a little
it is good. Thank you, Mr. Majerus. And we're already getting in our ear now. Apparently, the staff, our crack staff, they want some of our candy. So we're going to have to eat fast. By the way, this is a good opportunity for us to talk about. We've got Brianna, Valeria, and Ian on our top deck cams. You got your earpieces in, guys? Wave if you're listening, because you're doing a great job. And then our floor cam people are Jonathan and Trent. Thank you. Hey, Jonathan.
Oh, I saw a wave over there.
There we go. One of them's got to. Megan, mighty Megan on the replay. She does a great job. She worked with us in football. And then our student leader, the legend, Mr. Channing Pearson. And then our executive producer extraordinaire, Mr. Steve Secor, running things. The Ed McMahon to my Johnny Carson. Thank you, Mr. Steve. And then a guy who really runs everything. He's so important he doesn't even have to show up anymore. The Jefe, El Jefe, Freddie Velasquez, who runs it all for us. So
yeah, well-oiled machine here at DeVos, and Flying Dutch look like a well-oiled machine as well. They lead by 35 heading into quarter number 4. We'll be right back after a quick break. So I was taking a look here during the break. Very pivotal and interesting game that's going on the men's side today in the MIAA. The two teams that are tied for first in the conference at 5-0 are facing off. Calvin and Trine, top 25 matchup. And at the half, looks like Calvin was up 22-17. So that's going to have a big effect on things on the men's side, standings-wise, moving forward.
Yeah. How do you see that one ending?
It's a defensive battle. Those are two teams that really guard well. I mean, anyone that was here at DeVos saw Calvin.
Oh my goodness!
Uchenna Agakeza is as quite the wingspan and just really great defender. MIAA Defender of the Year last year, returning this year for Calvin.
And I don't think he missed a field goal in the first half, if I'm not mistaken. No, he was en fuego.
His offensive game's really improved this year. Impressive player. Nice poke away there by Savannah Feenstra. Here comes Claire Bagley. As Hope's looking to close this one out.
Starters probably have 3 or 4 minutes left, so they'll want to leave it all on the court as they have one more chance, and there we go.
Claire Bagley, eyes in the back of her head. Really nice bounce pass there to Feenstra. Nothing the Alma defender could do, but foul there, and Feenstra goes right through the contact. Really nice job by Bagley. Keeps her eyes wide. Great pass.
Speaking of games of importance on the women's side, Kenzie McMahon, one of our sports information directors, brought us along some very interesting reporting on the Albion-Alma game. No, Adrian-Albion women's game. The Bulldogs with a 1-point upset over the Brits. Wow.
Went on a 29-2 runs, something like that, to end out the ball game. Bit of a score that you might not have seen if you've been following might not have expected if you've been following the MIAA, but nice win there by Adrian.
Hope still has to win out. I was talking to Papa Dean Morehouse before the game. He said it's time to run the table, and he feels good about how the next 5, the next group, they don't come in as a group anymore, but he feels like it's now their moment, and it's their time, I think, to step up and to close that gap and to bring the intensity. And I think tonight, this afternoon's been an example of that. The issue is they're going to have to bring that against Trine. They're going to have to bring that against Albion. They're going to have to bring it in the tournament, and then they're going to have to bring it when they get into the NCAA. So, but these are times where we can just, as you say, you can't stand still. You got to get better.
Feenstra had a nice finish on the other end. Gives Hope the 42-point lead. Sass, left wing. Sass still unable to get anything going offensively. That's been a key for Hope, is limiting Sass, who is Alma's leading scorer going into this one. Here's Rhea in the left corner.
Raising the game, as is Hannah Kearns.
Tough shot there by Kearns. Wasn't able to get it to go as we tick down towards 8 minutes left. Alma's going to keep running. Sass, nice cross-court pass. Warren couldn't hit that one. She took a spill after that. I'm not sure if there was contact or not, but she hit the deck. Hope basketball.
Carl Blum back in for Hope, and Keegan Kaiser. Kaiser, a freshman from New Albany, Indiana. Carl Blum from Crystal Lake, Illinois. Coach Morehouse going into the Hoosier and the Illini States to to have a real strong regional recruiting base. I know on the men's side they spend a fair amount of time driving to Carmel and lots of places. Coach George putting on the miles late at night, still gets up at 6 in the morning to teach high school English. That's an impressive guy right there.
Goes Chen. Carl Bloom. Oh, Carl Bloom putting on a little bit of an offensive show in the second half. She has 8. That one was deep and off the dribble. Impressive showing from her. Here comes Robbins. Kick out to Warren. Warren hasn't been shy offensively here in the second half.
She's had a good game. She's had to work really hard against great defenders. Gardner, Morehouse, Kaiser. It just never ends for the point guard, for the opponent's point guards.
Robbins went out to Sass, and Sass is driving in. Looks like there'll be a hand check.
I think it's going to go on Head.
Looks like Sass will head to the free throw line here.
Number 5, Ella.
Warren's going to come out, and Ella Mondrowski, Grand Rapids native, freshman from Grand Rapids Catholic Central. And you know who we want to see, JG? I just had it. Let me look. Don't look. I got a surprise for you. I know it's here. Was I making that up? I must have been looking at a different roster.
There is there's an Alma Scott men's basketball player.
Oh, I was looking at the men's roster.
Peyton Bush.
There we go.
Peyton Bush, sophomore.
Okay, well, the name Peyton, there we go. Okay, very good.
Yep, sophomore Ranger.
I was looking at the men's roster. That's why I don't get 2 games a day, because I don't come prepared. Is he a first-year student?
Sophomore.
Sophomore. Does he get minutes yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good.
Yep. He plays mostly backup point guard spot for him, and was a member of was the starting point guard on FHC's last conference championship team. So.
2 years ago then.
Yep.
Yeah, and who started for you at point last year?
That was Ben Scholler, younger brother of Jimmy Scholler, who's currently playing at Ferris State. Number 1 in the GLIAC in assists per game right now.
Wow.
Is Jimmy Scholler for the Bulldogs.
You guys got a little factory going there. There was not a 1980s version of that factory. I'm just going to tell you right now.
Our current point guard, junior Brady Miller, if he's listening, he can really play as well. He had 21 points against Greenville last night. So
is he a junior?
He is a junior. Okay. Yeah, happy to have him back next year. Had a great game for us last night. Some more substitutions in here. The Flying Dutchman. For the Flying Dutch, excuse me.
Courtney Lee into the game. Right now it's Ray and Carl Blum. Lee, nice pass.
Great pass there. Lee to Hannah Kearns. It'll be Kearns' first basket of the ball game. Mondrowski tracks it down, working on Kearns. Robbins over to Mondrowski. Mondrowski tries the 3, and Kearns collects it. She's been busy lately. Problem outside to Rhea. Nice move by Rhea to get the pass off to Lee.
It's that elbow shot that nobody practices.
Courtney Lee, great job of staying straight up on that one. That's solid defense, forced a tough shot by Maddie Robbins.
It was indeed good defense.
Number 23.
Looking at the team stats so far, as the game is winding down, the Hope defense is showing, as manifested by a 22.9% shooting percentage for the Scots compared to 53 for Hope, and 46% from three-point land. So it's been both a good team effort and a good combined offensive and defensive effort.
Kaiser to Lee, really nice pass there from Kaiser, and then Lee is able to finish it, gives Hope 80 points on the afternoon.
Good look. Courtney Lee working from that high and mid post, doing a good job.
Yeah, Hope's shown some nice depth at the forward and center spot here today. Jamison making some nice plays, Lee as well. That's without Sydney Viss today, who plays a little bit of that power forward spot for the Flying Dutch. Rhea over to Courtney Lee scored in the last possession for Hope. Ray outside deep to Bellows. Good job by Lee. She collects it and lays it in. She's fired up after the contact and the finish.
She has shot each of the last 3 possessions. First one, 12-footer from the elbow, didn't go. Second one did. This time she gets it put back and with chance for 3. Courtney Lee earning her minutes, trying to impress the coaches. Great depth. Many of these players would be in the starting lineup and other teams in the league.
Yeah, one way to just kind of help get yourself comfortable and get going and get in the flow of the game is to rebound. And oftentimes you might not find an offensive opportunity a different way, but Lee, offensive rebounding can sometimes be your best form of offense, and she lays it in.
So after this play, we're going to interrupt the play-by-play here, JG, and you're going to give me your perspective on following your shot. You got 30 seconds. Go.
All right.
I'll interrupt with anything important.
Sounds good. So the idea of following your shot. First of all, I'm just not sure that anyone that shoots it and expects to make it should be in the mindset of while they're shooting it saying, oh, I better run after this because I might miss. Like I tell our guys that, you know, certain people on your team, you don't really let them shoot threes or they might not have the green light. Our guys that are 3-point shooters, I will not tell them to follow their shot because I will tell them you're making the next one, you're making the next one. That's one thing, that's just a mindset thing. The other thing is we've just gotten burned so often on transition leak out baskets.
Oh, getting beat.
And oftentimes, you know, the bigs aren't the people that are we call them the get back guy. That is our guards. And if our guards are shooting threes and then running in there, like how realistic is it that they're going to get an offensive rebound?
Yeah.
That's just
That's
my
a really
thought
good
on
point.
it.
No,
Yeah.
that's fair enough. Now you were, data to the contrary on the one. I think it was one of the Alma players. I think it was Repka who hustled after hers. But yeah, that is probably a generational switch. I mean, transition basketball is a lot more, just a lot more frequent than it was. And you're right. I mean, the probability that you're going to get that compared to the probability you're going to get beat down. Sounds like a data analytics. Sounds like an advanced undergraduate stats problem. That's a project maybe one of our Hope math students wants to take on. Little machine learning, data analytics. Be a good project.
You can talk to my dad more about that. He shares the same view, so I might have plagiarized it from him slightly. So
no,
Yeah.
Not if you credit.
Another substitution here. We have Megan Bennett, freshman from McBain, Michigan, Northern Michigan Christian.
You ever been to McBain? You guys are Northern Michigan travelers. You don't go that way, though, do you?
No, never been to McBain.
Your family doesn't. You guys do that Northern Michigan trip, right?
Oh yeah, every summer. Love it. Petoskey, Charlevoix, Suns Bay. This is great.
McBain, Michigan, the hometown of Jacobson Professor of Kinesiology and former department chair, Dr. Kirk Brummels. Here's a little fun fact. The only member of the Hope College faculty who has a Super Bowl ring with the Patriots. He was the athletic trainer now they didn't win that year, but you get a ring anyway. So
wow.
I think he might be the only faculty member in the history of the institution ever to have a Super Bowl ring.
That's an all-time
He's a
great,
McBain boy.
It's an all-time great fun fact, icebreaker fact. I have a Super Bowl ring.
You could win a lot of coffee shop bets with that one.
No doubt. No doubt. Warren on the left wing swings it over to Mondrowski as we tick down 2 minutes remaining in this one. Hope. It's been all Hope here for most of it. So they started fast and then really second quarter put their foot on the gas. 8 seconds on the shot clock here. And that one's tipped away. Here comes Kaiser.
Far be it from me to tell our crack staff how to do their job, but we did want to alert everybody that there is going to be a banner raising. JG and I are going to turn off our mics, but Mr. Secor, this would be a fun thing for our viewers who might be tuning in to do that. Are we okay to run that, folks, in between games?
It's pretty cool.
I think they're on a coffee break. They're not talking to us.
You can, the banner up there is currently draped in a black covering, so that's going to be a pretty cool unveiling here between games of the.
That is going to be cool. That is indeed. Well, I'm going to take a little bit of credit for one of them up there, JG, the 2014 volleyball. I had my daughter was a senior on that team, and that was a fun run. That was before you were here, though, right?
Yeah, couple years. Represent. That's awesome. Less than a minute left here. Scott's ball, Olivia Warren, who's had a really nice game. Olivia Warren's had to really carry the load for this Alma Scots team.
She's been, and she's played really hard. She stayed positive. It's been a frustrating day for the Scots, but she has not quit. And here with 42 seconds to go, she's still grinding away. So, Ms. Warren, 5 stars for you today.
40 seconds left on the game clock here. Some Hope players getting some extended opportunities that are out there right now. And Courtney Lee, what a pass by Rhea, by the way. Courtney Lee finishes, she has 7.
She's had a great quarter, and this unit has played well together. Good ball movement.
Here's Miller. And Miller driving in there. Was met with a couple Flying Dutch defenders. She'll head to the free throw line.
Foul's going to go against Hannah Kearns. Courtney Lee was in there as well. That's her second personal. So that will send the Scots to the line as we're under a minute to go. It's going to bring Carrie Miller, St. John's native.
For those of you that are potentially sticking around for the men's game, I'm seeing for the first time in what I think is more than a year, orange uniforms, it looks like, for the Flying Dutchman today. So
breaking the orange out.
They've put those on the shelf. Coach Mitchell's a superstitious guy, and they lost in them once, and he put them on the shelf, but looks like they're coming back out. I like it.
Yeah, the problem with superstition, you do that, then you have to do that for the rest of your life. So.
Exactly. We'd spend a lot of money on uniforms.
Yeah.
Well, this clock's going to tick down, and Hope's going to be content to dribble it out. Pretty dominant performance by the Flying Dutch here today, paced by their defense, and they end up winning 89-37 over the Scots of Alma in this one.
JG, it's been good to run with you. I'm not going to be here for you, but you've got Hazlitt's finest, Mr. Jake Boss, is going to run with you on the second one. Keep that voice. Drinks plenty of water. You sound tired, man.
Hey, we're all good. I'm always up for some Hope basketball that I can push right through. Push right through, Scott. Well, that's all we have here from.
Hold on. Oh. Channing was giving us. What do you got for us, Channing? All right, so the banner ceremony will be live streamed. So for those of you who are around and you can't make it to the field house, we will be doing that probably just a few minutes away. So
yeah, seeing a ton of alumni here. It looks like a lot of people from last year's team have made it back to Holland. So that'll be a fun thing to watch. That'll be it for Scott and I here from DeVos Fieldhouse. Hope wins in this one, going away 89-37 over the Alma Scots.
Once again, just a reminder, we will have a very special celebration coming up shortly. We're going to get a few things in order, and we'll get started as soon as we can. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would, we ask that you please turn your attention to the court for a very special banner ceremony this afternoon. Today, Hope College Athletics welcomes back members of 3 very special women's basketball teams to DeVos Fieldhouse. First, we welcome back members of the 1990 National Championship team. This team defeated St. John's Fisher in the championship game by a score of 65-63, overcoming a 20-point second-half deficit right here in Holland at the Holland Civic Center. They finished their season at 24-2, and this was the first national championship for Hope College. Next, we welcome back members of the 2006 National Championship team. The 2006 team defeated Southern Maine in their championship game. The score was 69-56, and they finished their season at 33-1. And finally, we welcome back members of the 2022 National Championship team who finished their season 32-1 with a win in the National Championship game over Wisconsin Whitewater 71-58. Ladies and gentlemen, the outstanding legacy of the Hope College women's basketball team is built on the success of those who played for the Orange and Blue in the past. These Hope College alumni are here to help celebrate a new banner that is now hung in the rafters here at DeVos Fieldhouse in honor of the 2022 Flying Dutch women's basketball team. Today, we welcome back members of the 2022 team onto the court. We will start by introducing each member of the team from last year. And we will get started right now. First, from Lake City, number 23, Olivia Bellows. From Midland, number 11, Jada Garner. From DeWitt, number 3, Hannah Kurtz. From Fishers, Indiana, number 32, Courtney Lee. From Bay City, number 24, Abby Tarrant. From Grand Rapids, number 10, Raven Jemison. From Ada, number 4, Claire Bagley. From Osceola, Indiana, number 21, Savannah Feenstra. From Hazlitt, number 15, Ella McKinney. From Zeeland, number 2, Meg Morehouse. A student assistant from Traverse City, KK Roman. From Hudsonville, number 12, Casey DeSmit. From Sycamore, Illinois, number 14, Kate Majerus. From Midland, number 33, Hannah Smith. A student assistant from Holly, Taylor Vines. The 2022 Final Four Most Outstanding Player from Grand Rapids, number 22, Sydney Muller. Unable to join us today due to her graduate studies at Baylor University, a round of applause for the 2022 National Player of the Year, number 20, Kennedy Schoonval. And the 4-time MIAA Defensive Most Valuable Player from Holland, number 5, Olivia Voskel. Athletic trainer, Tim Caberna. Assistant coach, Austin Randall. Assistant coach, Kyle Lurvey. Assistant coach, Courtney Cust. Assistant coach, Cully Carlson. And the head coach for your Flying Dutch, Coach Brian Morehouse. Ladies and gentlemen, the Flying Dutch team completed a 32-1 record with tournament wins over La Roche and Marietta in the round of 64-32. In the Sweet 16 in front of crowds totaling over 6,000 fans for the weekend, Hope beat Millikan and then New York University to earn the program's 4th trip to the Final Four. In the semifinals, Hope came up with a win over conference foe Trine to meet the Wisconsin Whitewater team in the final, where they prevailed by a score of 71-58 in front of a national audience and, of course, a huge contingent of Hope College fans.
Final four in Division III, Trine taking on Hope College. Inbound comes in, and that's going to do it. We will crown a national champion in Division III. Muller in transition, the box scores, he finishes. Swatted. Hope College are the Division III national champions.
Fans, please direct your attention to the newest edition of the championship banners. The hanging of this banner is a chance for us to recognize this team's outstanding achievements on the court, as well as their relentless pursuit of excellence. The 2022 team represents a team that from day one had the bullseye on their back after 2 consecutive undefeated seasons. All they asked for was a chance to finish what they had started. All eyes were on them to validate the rankings of the previous seasons by winning 6 consecutive games on the way to a national championship. Ladies and gentlemen, mission accomplished, banner earned, and now banner raised. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to celebrate your 2022 national champions, your Hope College Fly.